Welcome to Parev TV. Joining me are two fine gentlemen. One of them is Aren, the other one is Chris, and we'll give you their last name and tell you about them very, very soon. We are going to discuss Hovnanian School. Let me just first say education is the passport to the future, and to welcome our tomorrow, we have to be prepared today. Hovnanian School has a history of over 44 years, providing excellent education. The school is located in New Milford, New Jersey. The Early Learning Center to 8th grade curriculum is steeped in American and Armenian cultures, and graduates move on to higher education with a confidence and a well-rounded perspective that is essential to meeting today's and tomorrow's challenges. Honoring tradition, pursuing innovation, celebrating educational achievements, and valuing family and community life are central to school's guiding principles. Hovnanian School is accredited by New Jersey Association of Independent Schools and Middle States Association of Colleges and Schools. Once again, joining us is Aren Dabalgan, who presently within the Hovnanian family is the Alumni Association Chair. And next to him is Chris Isahagian, who is Alumni Association Board Rep. They have been doing some great work for the Hovnanian School, including setting up a new fundraising initiative called REACH, Readiness for Education, Activities, Care, and Health. REACH helps funds the acquisition and installation of equipment, technology, and supplies to ensure a safe and secure opening for the upcoming school year. All this work to counteract the negative financial impacts of COVID-19 on the school. The idea of this interview is to highlight the initiative of Aren and Chris and share their point of view as it pertains to the school and Armenian community. With this very, very long introduction, I'm going to move to Chris. Chris, thank you. Aren, thank you. Chris, you are the representative of the alumni at the board. Give us an idea of what are you're familiar with the two major groups of the school, the board and the alumni. Tell us something about concerns of the board during the coronavirus. And what is the alumni doing, which I may also ask Aren to join us there. Chris.
Yeah, Vartan, first off, thanks for having us. It's always a pleasure seeing you around and definitely an honor to be on the Armenian Radio Hour and Parev TV. I think you introduced us well. I don't even know why you have us on the show at this point because you said everything we were going to say. But yeah, I'm happy to talk about the board and the alumni. So everybody knows that, COVID-19, the whole pandemic has upended every part of American life, every part of life for everyone around the globe. But for education, it's particularly acute. And the board over the last few months, ever since the pandemic started, has been taking steps to, create a great learning environment for all of our students, for all of our faculty and administration. And particularly as we get close to the fall semester, it's really important for us to have a plan. And the board has been working really hard with stakeholders all across the medical field, the New Jersey educational institutions, working with parents and others just to make sure that they're creating the right, safe, thoughtful, healthy environment for everybody involved in the school. And as part of the alumni, our job is to try to help the board as much as possible in any way that we can to further its mission. And when it comes to the COVID-19 pandemic, while the board is really focused on making the plan, executing the plan, organizing everyone, and ensuring that everything goes smoothly and that everybody is safe and secure, the alumni can help in trying to counteract some of the negative financial impacts that this additional spending on safety equipment, on sanitization equipment, on extra headcount costs to be able to sanitize all the facilities every single day. All those costs that normally are not things that are borne by this school, that the school normally doesn't have to do because we're not normally in a pandemic. Just trying to help them get back to their normal operating budget. And that's the whole point of the REACH initiative is we're trying to do our part in helping the school get back to where it normally is so that it can run safely, securely, and smoothly for the next generation.
Aren, you're the big boy there, and you are the one in charge of the fundraising, and your name is all over the websites. You're doing a lot of work. And let me ask you, You come from a very noble family, noble Armenian family. Seriously, I know your family. And tell me, what has the school given you, and what do you want to give back? Because you are giving. Both of you are alumni. You have been student. This, you know the school, and you want to give back. That's why you're here today. What does this whole project mean to you?
So the Hovnanian School for many years now has been promoting its mission, and just looking at its mission, if you look at it, it pretty much says that their main mission is to create well-rounded, globally minded leaders who appreciate the rich Armenian American identity and who also obtain multilingual expression, emotional intelligence, creativity intelligence, and also academic excellence. So Hovnanian School not only gave me all these, I guess, aspects of education, but they also allowed me to appreciate my Armenian American heritage. And this was through them allowing us to learn about our Armenian dance heritage, from history to food to even taking Armenian science classes, just to learn more about what it means to be an Armenian American all around the United States, and specifically, I guess, in the tri-state area. So Hovnanian School not only gave me a premier education by allowing me to explore my creative side and also my, I guess, academic excellence as well, but it also allowed me to have the opportunity to know what it really means to be Armenian. People always ask me, what does it mean to be Armenian? And Hovnanian School allowed me to really understand that it means to appreciate the language, the history, and even the culture, whether it's you have a passion for food or dance. And I think Hovnanian School is a premier education for students to obtain that appreciation of their Armenian American identity, and at the same time also obtain the premier academic excellence and education that people are always striving to allow their kids to obtain at schools. And I think Hovnanian School has set up an education to not only learn about what it means to be Armenian, but also obtain an education that's well-rounded. And I think if you look at the Hovnanian School mission, the Alumni Association is a true attestation that they actually meet that mission. If you just look at our Alumni Association today, we're pretty much an organization composed of people and experts in food and beverage industry, in the science industry, healthcare professionals, people in finance, people as lawyers. So Hovnanian School is not a cookie cutter type of a university or academic institution. It allows people to explore their creative and emotional intelligence, and allows them to become who they really are based off their passions. So I think this is a school that gives you pretty much a well-rounded education. And as part of the Alumni Association, it's our mission to promote that and also support the school through networking events and fundraising events as well.
You know, when I was in Armenia a few years ago, I met a young IT personnel there, and I said, what would you like to tell American Armenians, the young generation? And she told me, tell them Armenia today is not your grandma's Armenia. It is, we can say the same thing about Hovnanian School. This is not our grandma's Armenian community. This is not a community of refugees and immigrants and people looking at Ellis Island and looking for jobs and looking for learning language. We have come a long way, and you are a very, very good representation of that new blood, new spirit. Chris, there are many, many people, as you know, who have never seen or been at Hovnanian School. They don't even know where it is. They've never been inside the school. Such is the reality on the ground. And there are, of course, many who send their kids, they trust the school, etc. What would you like to tell people who have never been in the school? What would you like to tell them about the school, or encourage them to visit the school, or give them the school a chance?
Well, first I'd say we're at 817 River Road in New Milford. So you could punch that into a GPS and easily be there. In the New York, New Jersey area, it's pretty easily accessible, and it's pretty central to a lot of where we are. So geographic wise, I think nobody should have any issue to reach there. But in terms of, why somebody should visit the school, I mean, there are so many hosts of reasons. I think Auden went through a lot of them. By the way, I've been best friends with Auden for my entire life because we both went to Hovnanian School together. So I've been blessed that I've gotten some of the closest relationships in my life because of that school. And I know I'm not the only exception. A lot of the friends that I have that I've stayed connected with, they're all Hovnanian school alumni. And a lot of them have remained close to all the other alumni that they went to school with. Like, these are the communities that we have built that we're going to maintain for the rest of our lives. So that alone, I think, is a huge aspect of the Armenian education, is just building a part of the community, feeling like you're part of something bigger than yourself, that you're part of or connected to the Armenian network all across the New York, New Jersey area, and therefore the global Armenian community. But in addition to that, I think the education that I received at Hovnanian was excellent. When I transferred into public school, so I left Hovnanian after 5th grade. It's one of the things that I regret now looking back on my life. I wish I'd stayed till 8th grade, because we're nursery through 8th grade. But after I left in 5th grade and went to public school in 6th, I was leaps and bounds ahead of my peers in mathematics, to the point where I took the 7th grade math final in the 6th grade. So I think we provide an excellent education by any standard. I think that our staff is incredibly caring and understands our children better than anybody else really could, because they have the background in our language and our culture, our religion, our education. And I think it just creates such a well-rounded child coming out of Hovnanian that I could not recommend it more. And I encourage anybody that maybe doesn't know about Hovnanian, you can just go on to hovnanianschool.org and learn all about the diverse range of programs, whether it's going to the primary school or some of the summer or other educational programs that we offer.
I just had breakfast, and during breakfast, something was missing, and it was some salt. And I asked my wife, can you bring the salt, because this is not very tasty. What I'm trying to get to is, like, the Hovnanian school provides us that salt to make our life a little bit more hamov. And I really mean it. It is making a difference. There's a lot happening with the community. Many times we would like to see instantaneous results. Results for a school doesn't work overnight. It takes a generation to develop that results. And you are maybe not the first breed, but you're not the first people, but there are many others like you. Chris, tell me, how many members are the alumni, and what other activities have you had recently in support of the school?
I might actually turn this one over to Aden in terms of the activities that we've done, because he's the chairman and president, so he runs the alumni organization. But what I will say is, in terms of total alumni for Hovnanian, we have hundreds of alumni at this point. We were started in 1976, so we've had many years in operation, and over time, every successive class becomes another grade of alumni. And so we now have this real critical mass of alumni that we're starting to engage with. We have at least 10 individuals on the Alumni Association, some additionally that will come on here or there where they want to contribute, maybe not as continuous members in every meeting, but they'll find an opportunity to get involved with an event or provide their profession in a way that will further our mission. But yeah, we have hundreds of alumni, and all of which we're so proud of and that have gone so far in life. But yeah, Aden, do you want to talk a little bit about the activity?
Can you tell us tell us about
so as of right now, our priority activity is the REACH fundraiser, which stands for the Readiness for Education, Activities, and Care and Health Fund. So as an alumni association, we worked with the Hovnanian Alumni Board and also the Hovnanian Board and School in according to with the principal and the staff. Pretty much we decided to start this fundraiser to raise money for personal protective equipment, safety equipment, and also virtual technology equipment to ensure a safe and welcoming environment for the students and staff for the upcoming school year. So that's our main activity, but as an alumni association, we also offer alumni services to former alumni and former students of the Hovnanian School through pretty much networking events. And also, we've also started a cookbook initiative where we're creating a virtual cookbook, taking cookbook recipes from the Armenian community, which come from former alumni, former students, and people who have also a connection with the Hovnanian School. So as an alumni association, it's our mission to promote the positive image of the Hovnanian School and also provide services to alumni and former students. And lastly, to support the Hovnanian School financially through fundraisers based on different themes. And that is our main mission. And we hope to continue that mission as an organization. And right now on our board, we have about 10 people on the Alumni Association board. But within our pretty much our social media platforms, we have hundreds of people that follow our Facebook platform, Instagram platform, and also they're on our mailing listing to keep up to date as to what the Hovnanian School is doing, what their mission is, and what is the Alumni Association doing accordingly to promote the Hovnanian School mission. So we're large, strong, but we're more than happy to have more alumni and more people who want to be connected with the Hovnanian School join our association and continue to support the Hovnanian School.
You really are good representatives of the school. You're doing a great job. Aren Hayrenov, հիմա հնություն ունենք, Հայերենով էլի խոսենք մի քիչ։ Ետուն դնորեն ըլաս դպրոցին։
Այո։
Ինչ մեկ բան գուզեի ավելցնել բարելավելու վիճակը։
Կարևոր հարցումն է, կարծեմ, որ դպրոցը լավ մնալու համար պետք է հայ քաղուտը հասկանա, որ Hovnanian վարժարանը next generation-ին իրենց education-ը provide կնեգո, sorry կխառնեմ ու անգլերենով, բայց Hovnanian վարժարանը institution-ն է, որ allows for աշակերտներ to հասկանալ իրենց հայկական heritage-ը եւ իրենց culture. So I would say it's a school that provides these opportunities, and in order for the opportunities to remain for the next generation, I believe that people have to understand that the importance of having an Armenian school in the tri-state area. So that's something that's very important, and people, once they understand that importance, they should understand that they should support it through financial means or through marketing means to show that this is a premier education institution that allows for students in աշակերտները to continue to learn իրենց հայկական լեզուն եւ culture եւ to pretty much create a next generation of well-rounded Armenian American students.
Bravo. Chris Հայերենով գնաս բամոսել, ավելցունել։
Ես ալ գփորձեմ։ Եթե մեկ բան գնեի, կարծեմ արդեն դպրոցը շատ բաներ գնեգոր, լեզուն գսովորիկ, գիտությունը հայերենով գսովորիկ, քրերը գարթալը, խոսիլը ամեն հայերենով ադի գստանաս եթե Hovnanian վարժանա երեխա դերթա, բայց այսօր Ամերիկա եւ New York, New Jersey մեջ ապրիլը հայը լալը դժվար է, Los Angeles-ի պես չէ, որ երթաս հայեր գտեսնաս, հայերեն գնաս խոսիլ, գարթալ, քրել, ամեն օր ադանք հոս չենք տեսնար։ Hovnanian-ը կարծեմ, եթե չէի երթալ, չեմ կարծեր գնայի քրեի եւ գարթայի։ Եթե Հայաստան երթայի, առանց Hovnanian երթալու, չեմ գիտեր, եթե նույնպես կարող էի ուրիշ մարդկանց հետ խոսիլ եւ հասկանալ եւ իրենց հետ մեկը մյուսին հետ ընկերանանք առանց փորձի։ Կարծեմ ադի է ինձ համար որ Asian Karambidism is the most important part of Hovnanian. Մեկ հատ պատմությունս եմ, երբ որ քանի դարի առաջ ես Արենի եւ եղբայրը Հունաստան կացիկ երար հետ եւ կդանք մեկ հատ հայմա անունով Համպիկ եւ առաջին բանը որը սինք իրար, հայերեն գխոսիս, այո ես հայերեն գխոսím, դու հայերեն գխոսիս, այո եւ այդ երկու like that 2 seconds, adank արագ որ իրար դեսանք, արդեն սեր ունենք իրար համար, որովհետեւ գիտենք որ հայ ենք, գիտենք որ երկուսս հայերեն գխոսենք եւ ադի առանցինը արդեն մեկի մյուսին գողքի բերավ եւ եթե հայությունը կոներսը չլա, եթե չհասկնաս, եթե հայերենը չգիտնաս, եթե հայընկերներ չունենաս, մեր community-ին մեջ, չմեծնաս, այդ նույն սերը չես ունենալ, շատ դժվար է։ So Hovnanian-ը կարծեմ, Hovnanian վարժարանը ադի գուտա, Meriye Khanerun Hamariev, Noren Anklerov. I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful that I had that opportunity, and I only want to give that opportunity to the next generation and the following generation. And I think it's important to be able to not only give to the Armenian causes that we do, in the way that we do ourselves, but to ensure that all the successive generations don't lose that same connection to their heritage and their culture and their language and their people. Because it's one thing to give today, but getting an education from Hovnanian allows us to give to our culture forever, because it allows us to build a sustainable way that all of our children and grandchildren can do the same as we do and have the same love for this community and this culture and this heritage and this country that we've been given.
You're amazing. Both of you are just amazing. And Chris, your Armenian is a little bit better than ours, but I really enjoyed it. Ավելի լավ խոսիկ եթե հայ աղջիկը կրնակ, որը հայերեն խոսիկ, բայց ինձ ես մեկ բան այս որքան դժվար է այս երթևեկի խնդրը, transportation, հեռավորության խնդրը, ինչ կդեկորատիվությամբ, միան ավելին հարցումս է։ Արեն
Yeah, I guess in terms of transportation, աշակերտներուն ինչպես Hovnanian վարժարան դիտքան հարցումից they pretty much have a transportation system for students to pick up their students from different locations within the tri-state area. So that is still going to be moving in a continuous process. But they do have safety precautions, and I applaud the Hovnanian school, the Hovnanian board, the principal, the staff, and the nurse for taking these extra precautions to ensure that the students are having a safe and welcoming environment. So they pretty much have tent awnings for curbside pickup. They have pretty much outdoor class boards to ensure that outdoor learning is enforced as well. And like I said, the transportation system is also moving as the same process as it was in the past, obviously with precautions taken into play. So I believe they are taking the temperatures of the students before they even enter the school. So a lot of precautions are taken into place. And again, I want to applaud the Hovnanian school for taking these extra precautions and ensuring the safety of the students, because a lot of these safety equipments that a lot of schools are currently trying to obtain is very hard to get. But Hovnanian school already knew that this situation was a situation that the entire education system was never exposed to. So they pretty much took all these extra precautions, and they're one of the, I would say, one of the premier schools in the tri-state area that has all these safety equipments already obtained and pretty much in the process of installing to ensure that the students are entering a welcoming and safe environment once they enter the Hovnanian school. So that's something that should definitely stand out for people who are wondering what Hovnanian school has done and what they are doing. But their mission is to continue the safe and welcoming environment of the students and staff. And they've done, I would say, an exceptional job compared to other schools in the tri-state area to enforce the safety.
I have to say, the chairman of the board, Mr. Nazar Altun, knew who he was recommending to come on this interview. He recommended both of you, and he really had a good choice. Thank you, Nazar Altun. Chris, in wrapping up, your final comments, and then Aren.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I just want to say again, and thank you again for having us. It's always a pleasure, and it's been really great talking to you and being on here. I think I would just reiterate sort of what I said before, in that I think the Hovnanian school provides an education and a connective tissue to the community that you really don't get anywhere else. Like, when I was growing up, I was part of so many different Armenian institutions, from AYF, AEYF, ACYOA. I went to camps in the summer. I was part of multiple dance groups, did Bible studies and Sunday schools at the churches. I did everything. I was part of the AGBU internship program. And these are all exceptional organizations that all do their part to contribute to, the sustenance and maintenance of our culture and our heritage and our community. But for me, there's always been something different about the school. There's always been something different about the fact that children come here for 6 to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. They learn the language. They make the friends that last a lifetime. They, if you go to 8th grade, they take you to Armenia, and it's like a birthright trip. You get to see the country sometimes for the first time for some families. I mean, it really does things that I think no other organization, because of, the specific things that they do, really has the ability to offer. And for that reason, I think it's an exceptional institution. And I think everybody in our community should be considering for their children, especially in these times where I think we're taking some, safety precautions and health precautions that most of the schools in the area and frankly, in the entire nation are not taking. Like, we're getting access to sanitation equipment that, most of the schools only dream of. The Clorox 360 machine, which got sold out really quickly. And thankfully we jumped on that before anybody else did. We have staff that are cleaning the doorknobs and other high touch areas all across the classroom. We have contactless faucets and, paper towel dispensers. We're having multiple pickup and drop off locations. We're continuing our bus transportation service. We're doing things that, all these other institutions like either aren't doing or can't do because they don't have access to the resources. And thankfully Hovnanian's able to do this, and we're taking the extra steps to keep our kids safe. And for that reason, and for all the other reasons we've talked about, I think there really is no other institution like Hovnanian in the area. And, I really hope that, we can continue to just continue this education, continue this, sustenance of our history and our culture and our community through this school for generations to come. And that's really why we're here.
Chris, thank you very much. Aren, maybe in your wrapping up, you can also stress REACH, REACH, please.
Yeah. So I want to first thank all our donors who already have donated to the REACH fundraiser. But we pretty much have set up a GoFundMe platform to raise the money for all these personal protective equipment, like Chris said, the Clorox 360 machine, the tent awnings, the outdoor class boards, and socially distant furniture to ensure the safety of the students and staff. You will find the GoFundMe platform if you look up Hovnanian School REACH fundraiser on Google, and it should pop up. And your donation, whatever it is, from $1 to $100, it really will make a difference, and you will be making a really positive impact to ensure the safety of the students and staff. And I also would like to stress that whoever would like to join the Alumni Association, whether you're a former student from Hovnanian School or an alumni, or even an Armenian American who wants to be connected with the Hovnanian School, I urge you to please connect with me. You can email me at hovnanianalumni1@gmail.com, or you can even find me on Facebook or one of our Hovnanian alumni social media platforms. Because like you said, Vartan, it is up to the next generation of Armenian Americans, especially the young generation, to ensure that the next Armenian American generation obtains a premium education that not only you obtain in terms of a focus on academic excellence, multilingual expression, or emotional intelligence, but also one that allows for the next generation to also appreciate their rich Armenian heritage. Whether, like I said, that's through their culture from dance, food, even history, or even science, learning in Armenian, like Chris mentioned. The Hovnanian Armenian School gives that opportunity, and it is up to the next young Armenian American generation to provide the next generation to also have those opportunities to create these lifelong relationships that Chris and I have established at Hovnanian School. So this is why this is a passion of Chris and I, and also the entire Alumni Association. And we want people to have that opportunity, and we will do whatever it takes to continue to promote the positive image of the Hovnanian School, and also to support it financially through these types of fundraisers or even networking events in the future. So again, Vartan, we appreciate your time, and we appreciate you giving us time on every platform to promote the Hovnanian Alumni Association. And again, we hope to connect with future young generations, Armenian Americans who are interested in joining our association.
Let me, in my turn, thank Aren Davagyan, who is the Hovnanian School Alumni Association Chair, and Chris Shahanian, Alumni Association Board Rep. I'm amazed at your talent, your eloquence, your passion, your commitment, and once again would like to wish you success in all your endeavors that is in support of a very noble institution, the likes of which we don't have in New Jersey and in the very immediate area. So thank you again, and good luck in all your future undertakings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vartan.